Welcome back, travelers. Today's adventure takes us to King's Dominion in DOSWELL, Virginia. Today we'll explore the park's biggest thrills, coolest eats, and watch as the park transforms into a place not for the faint of heart to explore. Because when night falls, King's Dominion transforms into Halloween Haunt, one of the East Coast's most intense scream fests. Haunted mazes, scare zones, live shows, and creatures lurking around every corner. Whether you're here for the adrenaline or the atmosphere, this is a day and night you won't forget. This is King's Dominion, full day and Halloween Haunt. Let's ride, roam, and get a little scared. Just a quick note, we were there for only one day due to weather and travel back to Jersey, so we did skip most of the shows, but we will be back next year. In this video, we will give a brief history of the park. We will also go into each one of the haunts, and we'll give a review of the haunts. We'll also watch some of their actors doing their job, walk through a couple areas, and stuff like that. Let's take a trip into the sky and get a 360-degree view of the surrounding area around King's Dominion from the Eiffel Tower in the center of the park, which stands 331 feet in the air with observation platforms standing 278 feet above the ground. The 1/3 scale model of the Eiffel Tower in France offers amazing views of the surrounding area around King's Dominion.
That ride right there, the ride that over there, the one you see going with the cars, I got on that one. I didn't get on the one up with the ones over there.
Reptara.
Yeah, I didn't get on it. I just don't like the way it keeps shaking.
I haven't felt any shaking.
Maybe it's just my nerves.
So let's go into a brief history of King's Dominion in DOSWELL, Virginia. Early years, 1970 to 1980s, the park was conceived by Family Leisure Centers, a partnership between Taft Broadcasting and Top Value Enterprise following the success of its sister park, Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. Construction began in October of 1972 on a 400-acre site strategically located between Richmond, Virginia and Washington, D.C. Key original attractions in 1975 included a 1/3 scale replica of the Eiffel Tower, the Racer 75, originally the Rebel Yell, twin-track wooden roller coaster, a log flume, and a drive-through Lion Country safari. Themed areas included International Street, Old Virginia, the Happy Land of Hanna-Barbera. Throughout the late 70s and 80s, the park added notable attractions like King Cobra Launch Coaster in 1977, the Grizzly Wooden Coaster in 1982, and the unique Mack Bobsled Coaster Reptilian, formerly Avalanche, in 1988. Some of these attractions we talked about still reside in the park. I know Rebel Yell is still there, Racer 75. Same thing with Avalanche, same thing with Grizzly. Some have been removed over the years. The Paramount era, 1990s to 2000. In 1993, Paramount Communications purchased the park and rebranded it as Paramount's King's Dominion. This era brought attractions and themed areas based on the Paramount films and television shows, such as Wayne's World section featuring the Hurler wooden coaster and the Outer Limits Flight of Fear, an indoor launch coaster. In 1998, the park opened the world's first LIM launched inverted roller coaster, Volcano the Blast Coaster, in the park's iconic man-made mountain structure. The mountain was later removed in 2019 along with the ride. Cedar Fair and Six Flags era, 2006 to present. In 2006, CBS Corporation, which had acquired Paramount Park, sold its amusement park division to Cedar Fair Entertainment Company. Cedar Fair dropped the Paramount theming and introduced the popular Halloween Haunt and Winterfest seasonal events. Major attractions during the period included the relocation of the floorless coaster Dominator in 2008 and the construction of the massive Intimidator 305 Giga Coaster in 2010, which stands 305 feet tall. Due to licensing agreements, that ride is now called Pantheon. The children's area was rebranded to Peanuts-themed Planet Snoopy. In 2004, Cedar Fair merged with Six Flags Incorporated, making Kings Dominion part of the newly formed Six Flags Entertainment Corporation portfolio. Today, Kings Dominion, now operated by Six Flags, continues to offer a variety of attractions, including the hybrid coaster Twisted Timbers, built on the Hurler structure in 2018 by RMC, and a large water park called Soak City. The Singing Mushrooms, featuring 4 colorful mushroom figures and a charismatic frog, made their debut at Kings Dominion in the 1970s. These lovable characters could be found in the Candy Apple Grove section of the park, where they sang their hearts out to the delight of visitors. The infectious barbershop harmonics and whimsical choreographing made the Singing Mushrooms a true guest favorite. Unfortunately, like many beloved attractions, the Singing Mushrooms were removed in the early 90s. In 2014, these iconic features made a triumphant return to Kings Dominion. And then as part of the 50th anniversary, which was this past season, they updated the song to include stuff from today.
Celebration going on, and a few surprises coming our way in just a little bit. I like to tinkle on an old piano. I like to play it in a subtle manner. I get a lot of pleasure with the span of keys underneath my fingertip. I like to sing the little tune that's mellow. I like to vocalize as nothing swallow. I like to have a supple melody just trickling off of my lips. A handful of kings and a song to sing. Now how could you ask for more than a tickling the ivory singing jar? I repeat what I said before. Well, all right now, let's make some room. Ribbit. Mushroom, that is. Here we go. Hello. He likes to tinkle on an old piano. He likes to play it in a subtle manner. He knows he'll always be the top banana with a handful of keys. He's such a wizard. Strike piano. Boom, boom, boom. Hello, my lady. Hello, my honey. Hello to Froggy now. What a way to welcome in the springtime, summertime day. Have a grove and he says ribbit, 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 ribbit. Sing a little tune with the piano. You like as a feather, grooving together with the moving days for stormy weather. But that's enough for that half pint jazz. Here's where it all pays off. Boom, 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 boom. I like to tingle on an old piano. I like to play it Hey, it's such an appealing, powerful feeling. Dealing with a handful of keys. Ribbit. Wonderful music, fellas. Just wonderful. How about we change it up a bit and sing one of your favorite songs next?
Oh, that's a pretty good idea, Phoebe.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, my grandpappy always says, hey, Lenny's mustache needs a trim.
Oh, yeah, it's looking a little sporadic.
We ain't got a barrel of money. Yes, and maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along and we'll be singing a song 'cause we're side by side. We don't know what's coming tomorrow. No, maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road and we'll be sharing the road 'cause we're side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When they all have their quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just a traveling along, and we'll be singing a song. We're side by side. See that sun in the morning, peeking over the hill. I bet you sure it always has, and sure it always will. Us two, we don't know what's coming tomorrow. Nope, maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road and we'll be sharing the load 'cause we're side by side, just a traveling along, and we'll be singing a song. We're side by side. Next up, we're gonna do Jimmy's favorite song. Oh boy. Diddly-dee-diddly-dee-dee. Take me to King's Dominion. You take me out with the crowd. You let me live in Candy Apple Grove. And now that I'm here, I'll never grow. Let me ride on Raptera. Keep on Cape Cod. The clock tower is my favorite. It's my favorite. 'Cause it's fun for the summer. I'm fun at King's Dominion. We're born to me, and here's where we'll stay. King's Dominion. Yep, King's Dominion was born and built right here in the most amazing state. I was born in Virginia. Oh yes, and that's the state that will win ya. It will, and if you got a soul in ya, ain't no southern frown.
Let's take a trip back up the Eiffel Tower at night and get another view of the surrounding area at night.
Yeah, that's why if you notice, I'm standing back, because if it bounces, at least hits a plate.
Very creepy. What? I also think I like a lot of people up here too. Girlfriend and girlfriend, and the one girl was scared.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about the haunt mazes. Now, unfortunately, due to Six Flags rules, I was not able to film inside of the haunts, but here are our reviews of each. Blood on the Bayou. Navigate the French Quarter where curses possess souls and demons trudge through murky waters seeking their next victim. Cornstalkers, Blood Harvest. Dominion Farms welcomes you to take your pick of the freshest vegetables and pasture-raised meats. Here at Dominion Farms, our vegetables are picked daily and our farm-fresh meat is the best around. There is even a corn maze out back for the little ones. Stop on by. We can't wait to meet you. Fear. You find yourself deep in your greatest nightmare. There is no escape. Around each corner, new horrors await. The things that go bump in the night are here. They are here for you. Grim Woods. Welcome to our haunted trail where classic fairy tales leap off the page and lunge at your throat. Experience the 3 terror-filled stories straight from the twisted minds of the Brothers Grimm. Over the river and through the woods, we hope you make it out alive. MonsterCon. MonsterCon is now open. This is your chance to experience horror like never before. Meet the biggest names in the horror films. Explore interactive exhibits. Take horror home with our vendor showcase. Stalk the halls of a horror convention gone wrong. Movie monsters have come alive and you're trapped among them. Trick or treat. It's always Halloween on Hemlock Lane. Our story picks up where the fairy tales end. Our coven of distraught witches was given a new start in the very special halfway house for wayward souls. Throughout the years, the residents have worked to make their new home a welcoming place for their next victim. It's time to find out if a treat is in your future or if it's just an evil trick. Okay, now the scare zone descriptions. The Catacombs. This one's actually new for this year. Enter a secret vampire nightclub between the Eiffel Tower. Luxury turns to horror when the hunt begins at midnight. Cleaver Brothers Carnival. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have seen the rest. Now step right up and then experience the best. The Cleaver Brothers have set up their midway and invite you to experience a carnival like no other. Enter a world where the extraordinary comes to life and your worst nightmare will seem like pleasant dreams. Pumpkin Eater. In the last years of the Revolution, some say the spirit of a dead soldier possessed Peter Armstrong, a pumpkin farmer, murdered his wife with a bayonet along with other victims. The evil spirit in his body began to morph him into a pumpkin-like creature. His victims, too, began to rise and now haunt these once tranquil woods with their jack-o'-lantern faces. Site X. The Jungle Expedition team made discoveries that changed history, but rumors have emerged that while excavating this site, the crew unearthed something sinister, and the jungle began to transform them. Venture into Site X to discover the horrors of jungle but listen closely, as lung whistle or rhythmic drums could spell your pending doom. Masquerade, in what is bound to be the most prestigious ball ever thrown, the evil Queen Majesty is out to prove once and for all that every person and demon will eagerly follow her plan for domination, but beware, sometimes the mask is there for a reason. Let's take a stroll through Cleaver Brothers Carnival Scare Zone.
I'm hoping just rounds, but
Let's take a stroll through Pumpkin Eater Scare Zone.
Oh, in the red right here. It's like cracking yourself. Come over here. Come on, you girl.
I like that sound.
Hey, but that means more fertilizer for us. Pay attention.
there goes the second one.
Yeah.
Haunt reviews. In this part, we're going to talk about each haunt, and I'm going to kind of rate them and rank them. Blood on the Bayou. To me, this one was very much like Dorney's Blood on the Bayou, maybe a little darker and a few more set pieces. The actors blend so well in here and have so many opportunities. The dock, the part where the fake people are all centered, is so effective with an actor there playing on the entrance of the walkthrough to where you come around to the other side. Halfway through the maze gets very, very dark. Again, another tight maze that puts the actors on top of you and makes you have to squeeze your way around them. Very, very detailed. I would rate this 8 out of 10. Cornstalkers Blood Harvest. Cornstalker has always been one of my favorite haunts through the years at Dorney, and this one does a better job of keeping the old Cornstalker that Dorney had before Roadside Stop and Shop and the original Cornstalkers. The haunt had a ton of actors all hiding very well in a very narrow and tight pathway through the corn. The smell of corn adds a lot. The props hidden among the corn just gives Children of the Corn vibes. I would rate this a 9.5 out of 10. Fear. Let me preface this by saying I don't have a lot of fears to things like height, bugs, snakes, etc. So this concept is similar to Clown and Carnival's haunts to me. I also did not understand the actors walking around in all the same costumes and not really doing much to try to scare you. For me, this was a strange walkthrough attraction. I would give this a 4.5 out of 10, although I do like this better than the blackout attractions that had become very popular. Grim Woods. The atmosphere is awesome, but it's so long and the paths are way too wide. The actors aren't given much to be able to scare you. Even with these issues, the actors do make the best with what they got. They hide super well and play with the fog. This feels like an amped up scare zone more than a maze. I would rate this a 6 out of 10. MonsterCon. The thing was chock full of actors all over the place, hiding super well. I think this maze captures a con field decently well. It's a very tight feeling maze. The actors were all over the place and did a excellent job of scaring people. The actors were also excellent at making you feel like you have to bend to get around them. Honestly, in planning this for this trip and reading the description, I wasn't sure how a monster con could be scary, but King's Dominion knocked this one out of the park. I would rate this 9 out of 10. It was definitely my second favorite haunt in the park. Trick or Treat. Again, I have said in other reviews of haunts, witches are not scary to me. Trick or Treat is no different. It really is not the most scary, but it is a super gorgeous set design to look at. Lots of minor details. Not really too much else. More so only go through for the atmosphere. Rating would be a 6.5 out of 10. Scare zones and atmosphere. So I'm going to lump scare zones into the review for the atmosphere, like I did with the Hershey review. Overall, for our first ever visit to King's Dominion Haunt and King's Dominion in general, atmosphere was alright. Felt like some areas could use more fog and more spooky sounds, and some areas had enough of both. One area that did have a little too much fog was Masquerade. The scare actors in all the scare zones did a good job, and set pieces were good. The light show at the fountain was extremely good. The Catacombs. This was the new one this year and gave me Club Blood vibes from back in the day. The set pieces were definitely well done and the lighting was good. The actors were a little underwhelming in this one. Cleaver Brothers Carnival. To me, this was the best, with Pumpkin Eater in a close second. You had the eerie carnival music and the clowns, stilt walkers, and just plain circus freaks. Also an abundance of sliders. Honestly, set in the scare zone for a good 25 minutes just watching the actors scare people. Pumpkin Eater. The scare zone was really well put together. Tons of fog with great use of orange lighting to create a Halloween-y effect, and scare actors who did a good job. Site X. This area did not even feel like a scare zone. It felt like an area with just some fog, props, and lights. Too small of an area used. Also felt like there were no scare actors roaming, or if they were, they blended in with the crowd. Masquerade. Not sure if this was a scare zone or not, but it was one of the two scared that left me super unimpressed. Too much fog. The scare actors did not use the thick fog to their advantage. Also was too short. This video being published concludes our Halloween video backlog, so there will be no more Halloween videos after this. Now we will turn our attention to Christmas, but I also do still have the Six Flags America video that I'm working on, and that's going to be a large one and a good memorial to the park that just closed.
Thank you for joining us on this sweet adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting travel experiences. Until next time, travelers.